Fellow traders, hope everybody had an awesome trading day today. Let me get this tweeted out so everybody can join in here. 1 second. There and there. All right, awesome. Good. All right, well, happy day before happy Christmas Eve. Hope everybody's doing great and had a great trading day today. So today we're going to be wrapping up our mini series here on trading psychology. And so today we're going to be talking about respecting stops. So again, this has been a really cool series, right? So the concept is identifying the emotions, the impulsive emotions that we have when we're trading, right? And so initially, right, we talked about FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. So that's that emotion of being anxious, right? And yesterday we talked about revenge trading. That's kind of like anger, right? Anger and frustration, right? And today we're going to be talking about respecting stops, which is basically pride, right? So we'll take a look at that here going into today. So before we get started, though, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. All right, awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off the market today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening and what might be setting up going into tomorrow. And then we'll take a look at the topic, and then we'll go through questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX today, so ended up about 2 points today, right? So, but it really kind of didn't feel like it, right? Because we got on the daily chart here, we got the shooting star candle, right? So we got monthly chart again, still looking pretty good on the monthly, right? Weekly chart, we still have that lower shadow here, so it's kind of hanging in here on the week. Tomorrow's the last trading day of the week. It's also a half day tomorrow. Market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So we finished up on the day, but it wasn't without a nasty rug pull at the end of the day. So let's take a look at the intraday price action here. Again, look at that. There's that pitchfork right there, guys. This is the one that we've been talking about from our pitchfork series, right? So just struggling to get above that upper pitchfork, right? So we got that going on. Anyway, today was kind of interesting, right? So we had this gap up, right? Then we pushed over yesterday's highs, and we just kind of did this little grindy move up all day, and then we lost the ADMA. Right, and then things started to get a little bit interesting. Then we started to see some upper shadows, right? We did upper shadow right here, upper shadow, inside 15, and then doosh, rug pull at the end of the day. Crazy how they do that, right? So something about the veto stuff. So we've got that going on. Let's take a look at the levels that we provide to our members here before each market open. So you can see here, pretty cool stuff, right? We actually had a closing gap above, and we also had a prior inside day level, right? So from yesterday, right? So we took the inside day up, came back, retested it, gave a nice bounce off of that. Then we got to the closing gap. We do see a lot of reversals off these closing gaps, especially ones that have been hanging out there for a while. Right, so it filled the gap and then it just flushed its way down there at the end of the day. So pretty wild stuff. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. See how we're doing here this evening. All right, we're up about 3/4 here. So we got that going on tonight. So let's get a couple geometric lines on here going into tomorrow and see how these hold up through the evening. So we got this going on. We can get a little bump line on here too. We got this, and we got this. So we got that going on. We got some levels to get above right here. And they're still just kind of chopping around right here, right? So we got a little bit of support there going into tonight. And then maybe if it can hold that. We'll see. So getting a little bit tight in this range right here. Let's see how it goes. But that was a nasty breakdown scene right there. So again, we're going to take a look at that tomorrow in our group. Take a look at the market profile, see how many single prints we have in here, and see if we can possibly work our way up there. But anyway, this is definitely an area of interest going into tomorrow. Right? This is seen in the breakdown. So if we do get to that level, we'll see how it handles it. But pretty cool stuff. We rejected our signal zone. We have our supply and demand zones that we use on the S&P futures. Right? We had resistance up here, a couple upper shadows. So if you wanted to get short today, you actually could have got in a little bit earlier right here. A couple little nasty pullbacks, and of course you had some volatility going on, and then boom, you're in there for the flush. So cool stuff there. And these levels, anytime we see space between levels like this, we love this. Right, this is great stuff right here. Right, this is very, very liquid. Right, so we can that's why we flushed through here so quickly, because there wasn't a lot of resistance or support. Then we started to get down to the point of control. We got a couple areas right here. We bounced off of our signal zone into the end of the day or after hours. So good stuff there. So good. So we'll see how that goes holding up into tomorrow. So today again we're going to be wrapping up our mini series here on trading psychology. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. And today we're going to be talking about respecting stops. So, like I said in the beginning, right, it's all about trading psychology is all about understanding the emotions that you have when you trade. right? And being able to identifying it, to identify if those emotions pop up, and have a system in place, have a plan in place for managing those, right? So if you get the fear, you get anxious, right? And you feel that feeling of anxiousness, you got to be able to recognize that feeling of anxiousness and wait and say, like, wait a second, is there a real setup here? Am I getting anxious for no reason? Did I miss it? And if you missed it, you missed it, right? There's always another trade, right? There's always another day, right? Same with revenge trading, same stuff, right? That feeling of frustration, that anger, right, can really take out the perspective of what's really going on in the market, right? Really not helpful. And today's respecting stops. So this is all about kind of like pride, right? So what do we mean by respecting stops? So by respecting stops, what this means is us getting overconfident in position and not respecting our system, right? So the point of having a trading system and a trading plan is to abide by it, right? So if you're trading by Elliott Wave and you're using Fibonacci's for your stops, or if you're trading off of supply and demand zones, or like we call our signal zones right here, or if you're trading off of key levels, right? The whole point is not to get prideful in your position, to be like, oh well, I just missed it by a little bit, I'm gonna hang on here, right? So the point is, let's say here, just as an example here off of the S&P futures, right? So let's say it's working its way down here, we want to buy the dip, but we really think it's going to bounce off of this this support zone right here, and this yesterday's point of control, right? And so we go along here and we have a stop, maybe we have a 1 point stop on it, right? Well, then it starts to push its way down a little bit, right? Starts pushing it down a little bit. Then we're like, oh, well, maybe it'll bounce off of this one, right? And then it starts to bounce a little bit. We're like, oh, okay, we're good. And then it flushes down here and then has us worse than our trading plan expected. Even worse is this one right here, right? If you try to buy the dip here, 15 or below, big cluster zone right here. And it even started the bounce, right? And it started working. So now, oh, well, I'll just keep my stop down here. Oh, well, maybe I'll move my stop down here. So again, this can devastate accounts by not respecting stops, depending on what your system is, right? So you got to have a system. That's really what it's all about. Right, so FOMO, same thing. If you miss the entry, you miss the entry, right? Revenge trading, if you didn't see it, and you didn't respect the setup, and you got stopped out, or you just kept on trying to force it, then you're not respecting the system. And same thing here, not respecting the system, right? So once you have a system in place and you're comfortable with your trading system and your trading methodology, right, it really helps to reduce the emotion, right? This way, if you get stopped out, you get stopped out, right? And you're not forcing things. And then you can go back and look at it and learn from it and see what you missed. What it was, and then you can evaluate your system eventually and see how it goes. Oh, this is actually kind of looking like a bit of a bear flag right here. A little bit of caution on that too tonight. If we lose a couple of these levels, it could be interesting. So anyway, that's really what it is about respecting stops. So definitely respect them. I've lots of stories out there of folks that are like, well, I just kind of missed it by a little bit. Let me hold on for a little bit longer. Right? Well, sometimes that can really be nasty, especially if you're looking at here. Right? Even here, if you're trying to buy the dip right here, oh, I'll just keep my stop below here. Oh, I'll move it below here. 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 And then you're done. Right? And then here tonight, let's say you held it through the night, and you're like, I'll just hold on to it to tomorrow. It'll rally. They always buy the dip. Well, we'll see. Right? Because if this ends up getting down below the RTH lows, that'd be really super painful, right? So it's all about pride and being able to identify that. So respect your stops. Right? And if your stops are appropriate, right, and if you've evaluated your risk reward and your trading plan has a sufficient percentage of probability of higher probability of winning, right, or higher probability of reward over the risk, then it's gonna win in the long run, right? That's the point. So anyway, good stuff. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. And now at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to play those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. Even though it's a half day tomorrow, don't forget, guys, half day tomorrow. Markets close at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Possibly, unless we get a big flush tomorrow or something crazy, right? Probably going to be kind of a low volume-ish type day. But we've seen some stuff happen before the holidays. That's why we still kind of tune into it. And we'll still be going live tomorrow with the group at 9:15, and we'll be there bright and early. Still doing our bubble report in the morning too, because anything can happen, and we like to be prepared for it. So good stuff there. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got. So Michael, what's going on? You shorted MVIZ today. I love it. Let's take a look. How did MVIZ end up doing today? What a day yesterday on MVIZ. Woohoo! Nice job on this one. Woo! Bull's not happy on stocks today. I love it. So good job on that one. Nice move down. Big inside day again, guys. This is why we don't buy big breakout candles. Because this happens, right? We saw it yesterday. We looked at so many breakout candles, and a lot of them gapped down today. And a lot of them actually pushed down too and ended up with inside days today, right? That's what we talked about on our swinging methodologies, right? So that's kind of a big deal. Okay, cool. Nice job on that one, though. GHSI. Wow, look at that one. Big breakout there, too. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye on this one, see how that goes going in tomorrow. I love how it closed over the 200-day moving average. Nice find on that one. OCGN, let's take a look. Woohoo! That was that little cheapo name right there. 34 cents there. Look, it's up to $2. This thing trades like options. I love it. Nice find on that one. Then FCell. Yeah, nice fall through the upside. Tricky upper shadow from yesterday, right? Tricky upper shadow from yesterday, but is what it is. Got some fall through the upside. Very, very nice. These names have been so hot. And then, I know, talk about Walgreens. Look at that one. Beautiful. Yep, let's take a look right here. So again, it's getting tight. It's actually kind of triangulating here. Watch your inside day, see if it can work its way above those levels. Good stuff, Bob. Yeah, nice job, Michael. I love it. Bob, let's see what we got. You got Apple. So Apple, again, guys, this is one that we had as an overnight idea for our group, and folks did well on it, right? Upper shadow off of the macro upper trend line, right? So not surprised to see an inside day today. And in fact, I'm wondering when they're going to come out and say whether or not this iCar thing is legit or not. Once that happens, right, then we could definitely see that gap filled and come to the scene of the breakout on that one. But either way, it's still kind of hanging in there, so see how it holds the inside day. Maybe we'll have a little bit of fun with Apple tomorrow. See how it goes there. Baba with the inside day yesterday. Took the inside day down and reversed off of it, right? So still held that little pivot right there. Ding, 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 right at the bottom of this this Fibonacci channel, right? So nice little bounce off of that one. Big push down at the open, and then a big reversal off of it too. So good stuff there. And then NIO, let's take a look. Yes, NIO's still kind of hanging in there, right? We got this nice little kind of triangle breakout candle right here. We still haven't had a solid close on it yet, but we're definitely keeping an eye on it. I like the lower shadow off the ADMA. Let's see if we can give us a decent close on that one. James, what's going on? Hi, how's it going? ARKG. The ARKG, the Genomic ARK ETF. I love it. Yeah, so again, look at this. Look how epic this thing, man. Woohoo! Look at that. There's your geometric breakout here that we saw here. Right, a little bit of crazy moves right there. And then, wow, what an epic move on that one. Really incredible stuff. Love it. Mailer is a note of the epic volume velocity. I know, look at this. It's been epic, right? They're pouring into this thing, right? Elephants don't fit through doorways. They're loading up. I love it. Very, very powerful. Nice. Great find on that one. And then SFIX. Yeah, Stitch Fix looking interesting right there. Sort of a nice little drop candle right there. Watch, see if it wants to catch up to the ADMA. But again, that had a big move after earnings. Remember this one, right? Gap up. It didn't give the gap and go, but the next day, remember the next day, institutional buying, right? Boom. Look at that follow through on that. Fantastic. Yeah, it looks like looks like it could drop. Could form like an A pattern. Would be interesting. They got a lot out of it, so they did a good job on that. Nice find. Yeah, SPK. Yeah, that OCGN. Pretty amazing, huh? Look at that. See if we can follow through the upside on that one. Melly, let's take a look. Melly had an upgrade the other day. Looks like it pulled back here today pretty sharply there with the pretty rough day altogether. Gosh, this is such a hard name to trade. Definitely a hard one to day trade. You know, spreads are pretty crazy. Reminds me of CMG, where, like with gaps and stuff intraday on the daily chart. But yep, it's hanging in there. It's a little bit below the ADMA though. A little bit of caution there. Shop down 79 points today. Again, guys, do we like to buy breakout candles? No, we don't. We like to wait for the setup, right? So here was your breakout candle. I missed this, right? And honestly, I don't trade shop much anymore because it's just nuts. But with the spreads and all that. But here's your breakout candle. Do we want to get long this day? No. Do we want to get long this day? No. Do we want to get long this day? Yeah, they're showing more strength, right? And boom, we got that big push and a gap up right there, right? So you have your profits. And even here, if you're swinging that, right, you're good, right? It starts to move down, you take your stop, you make your profit, you're good to go. Otherwise, boom, watch out, right? You get impatient with those. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll get an update tomorrow and maybe form a hot dog pattern. So we'll see how it goes there. And then BMY. Oh yeah, interesting on BMY. Again, low volume pullback right here, but yeah, we are pulling off the cloud. It's good finds on. Thanks, SPK. Appreciate it. Mike, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at CCL. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, CCL again got kind of drifted here below the trend line, right? But it gave us an inside day, so we do have a hot dog pattern on this one. Let's see if we have a reversal of a reversal, right? So reversal, reversal, reversal. I love it. So let's see if we can continue to push. See if we get the inside day up here today. Again, there were relative strength on the cruise lines this morning, which is nice. Inside day. Let's see if we can get above it. Come on, vaccine day high. I love it. Come on, woo. Let's see if we can get above it. Let's see if we can get above the ADMA and see if we can get above the trend line on that one. So good stuff. So Michael, keep adjusting trend lines with candles and be like, well, maybe it could hold it. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's another trend line that could work. That's good. That could be the one. We've all been there. Good stuff. NVTA. NVTA, another inside day on that one, down on that one. Crispy. It's up a little bit after hours though. Crispy again, inside the nasty price section on the intraday there, but ended up with a little bit of a lower shadow. Now let's see how that holds there. And Pack B, Pacific Bioscience. Potential doji sandwich on that one. Let's see if it gets moved to the upside. You like these little biotech names, I tell you. Crazy. Good stuff though. Let's take a look at Baba James. Let's see how that's going. Oh yeah, I got crushed. Oh, is it down after hours? Oh no, thanks for mentioning it. Oh no, it's just hanging on to the lows. No. You guys always find these ones. What was the news after for Alibaba Pen? What was the news? Chinese regulator summons tech giants. That was old. What was the news on this one? Garmin final trades. What happened after hours on that one? That's crazy. Nasty down move on Baba. Ugh. That's why we don't swing Chinese names, I tell you. They're wild. It's good stuff. Bad news after. Yeah, let me know what came up with that. So I don't know if it's more ant stuff or something like that. So good stuff there. So Michael, ascending, descending triangles are epic setups. They are. They're tricky. Sometimes they're fake outs, but they could be good for sure. DKNG, Chad. Yeah, so DKNG, I'm waiting on this one. Again, my theory on this is that it's forming a sideways cup and handle. Here's your cup. Here's your handle. Might come down, test, and then we'll see if it gives a breakout after that. Right now, I'm not doing anything with it until... I mean, it gives some good day trade setups. There was some news intraday today. Right? Nice little pop right there. I think something about, like, gamble. I can't remember what the CEO came out and said something. Anyway, it moved today. So that was good. Came up through our news channel and all that stuff. So good. GHSI after hours. Let's take a look. Woo! Big candle there, and then more after hours action. Wow. Very nice. Great find on that one. Let's see if we continue to work its way up there. Shaquille! What's going on? NVIDIA. Let's take a look. NVIDIA, again, still tight. I mean, just still tight in this range right here. Nikola with a nasty gap down today, right? There's some put activity on that one. Mostly pre-market. Mostly pre-market, then a little bit of downside action today. Walmart. Again, downside action on this one. It was on our bearish radar on the public game plan, I believe, and we just thought, hey, a little more weight on it. Nobody wants to own that thing right now while it's contending with its opioid crisis news. So we got that going on there. BBY. BBY with a double upper shadow on that one right there. So possible tweezer top right there. We'd like to see more volume, but below the ADMA on that one. And then PLTR. PLTR with an inside day. So good stuff there. All right. Good stuff. Appreciate it. All right. What else we got? M King, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Rosalind, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for making it. Let's take a look at NVAX. So NVAX with an outside day today. So look at that. So a good push on that. This is a tricky name. Right, definitely looks like an impulsive wave up here. Could be an ABC, right? And then could be starting a fresh impulsive wave up. So let's see again. It looks pretty strong on the intraday, right? You count your waves here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it'll get a fifth wave tomorrow. Get a little move to the upside on that. Nice find there. Piton. Let's take a look. Piton. Yeah, Piton. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, wow. Still holding the gap. Defending the gap really nicely here today. Great move on this one. So this gave us some a couple little pops here intraday. Got a little bit movement on it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. We'll see if that can get some more upside follow through. And then FSR. Upper shadow off of the Geo line right here. So again, still trying to make a move right here. Decent, I mean, very, very strong day today off of the lows. But again, upper shadow off the geometric line. So a little bit of concern off of that. So good stuff. M King, hey, what's going on? So do you think there will be a market crash soon? And how should a newer trader be prepared? Is LQD breaking down today concerning? Okay, so it's a big thing we want to look at, right, for a market crash, right? They're a rare bird, right? So, the big thing that we do, right, the most important thing that we do, right, obviously you have your Elliott wave counts, but the real big thing that you want to look for, right, is your macro trend lines, right? Nothing's going to crash unless you lose your trend line. Okay, so it's always. I mean, I've gone back and tested through the Great Depression crash. I've gone through the 1987 crash, the Corona crash, every crash. Right? It doesn't happen until you break your trend lines with volume. Right? And so until that happens, right, we don't see a reversal in trend. Right? So right now we're holding this macro trend line here. That's this purple line. Right? So this is your trend line. Okay, so as long as this holds, right, it's still bullish till proven otherwise. Doesn't mean we're not going to pull back to it. Doesn't mean we're not going to break down below it, right? But until we can confirm below it, right, with some increased volume, right, do we start to get worried? It's exactly what happened with the Corona crash right here. So we had a breakdown below our macro trend lines, right? We had increased volume to the downside, and then boom, 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 and then it was over, right? So we'll see. Right now we're at the top of the pitchfork. I mean, we're getting a little bit, toppy up here, right? There's not a lot of really good news out there, although there are some vaccines and stuff coming out there. But again, watch your trend lines. It's the most important thing. It really is. Everything else is just, guessing at tops, RSI overbought and all that stuff, right? So anyway, good stuff. LQD, let's take a look. So what do we got here? We got the iBox here. Let's see how this is looking. LQD, breaking down today. I mean, it looks like a nice green candle, right? We're back above the 80 EMA and had a big push intraday. So it looks okay there. So far, right? It's holding the 80 EMA. So good stuff there. James, so it is Ant, and they're approving Baba for being monopoly. Oh wow, gotcha. Just updated news on. Wow, nasty. We'll keep an eye on that one. So Mookie, what's going on? So AMD with a falling wedge. Maybe, yeah, a little bit of a kind of a flash type pattern here, right? So I mean, it's looking okay, right? So I mean, we were hoping this week that AMD would stay strong, right? Just kind of turn a little pennant right here and work its way up. Never did that, right? Ended up breaking down and kind of now we're inside day below the bump line. So bump and runs, right? Here's your bump line, right? Here's your run to this line, then possibly down below. So just kind of keep an eye on it, see how it holds the inside day, right? If it breaks below this candle right here with some volume, watch out. We might see the trend line. Okay. Other than that, yeah, it could be kind of a little bit of a falling wedge. Let's see. It needs to get back above that bump line. So good stuff there. Nice find on that one. And Bob, let's take a look at SPCE. SPCE, nice push on that one. Nice push on that one today. Yeah, so good stuff there. Again, it looks like here we were kind of stalking this here ABC pullback, right? Might be starting an impulsive wave up, right? So this wave question mark right here, wave C done, maybe, right? Might be starting an impulsive wave up here today. Again, it looks like a pretty good move. Right, so just today, right, kind of got that, impulsive wave up, kind of that sort of wave one-ish type move here, possibly a sub-wave one right here, kind of the sideways action. So let's see what goes into tomorrow. Again, keep an eye on it. It could be impulsive. I like how it closed over the 80 EMA. I like the increased volume on it too. So good stuff too. Yeah, Mookie, yeah, RSI is great. Yeah, I'm just saying for calling, for market crashes. I mean, it does. I mean, it corresponds, right? So, I mean, one of the things you use RSI, if RSI is overbought and you're over the upper Bollinger Band on the weekly chart, a lot of times that can show it too, right? So if you go just here on SPX, right? If you go weekly here, right? And you kind of look what happened here. We were overbought before the Corona crash, right? And if you throw some Bollinger Bands on here, there we go, right? So you start to get above the upper Bollinger Band with the RSI overbought, like right here, right? It didn't call the top, right? But it kind of showed you, hey, that it was getting a little extended, right? And then you had a little bearish divergence right here. Yeah, so I mean, so it definitely helps. It's a good tool. What I'm saying is before everything happens, right? Before it's going to crash, right? It's going to break the trend line. That's the big line in the sand. But RSI is definitely very helpful. Absolutely. I didn't mean to discount it. I was saying those trend lines will tell you everything, though. So anyway, good stuff. So good. All right, well, awesome chart request tonight, guys. Well, it's a short trading day tomorrow. I really appreciate everybody taking the time and spending it here with us this evening. I love the ideas, I love the questions, love the chart requests. Tomorrow's going to be a half day, so again, don't forget market closes at 1 o'clock tomorrow, but we'll still be here bright and early. So be sure to tune into YouTube. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube, and even if you're not new here, please hit the like button. It goes a long way, and be sure to check out the links in the description. I hope everybody, since I won't be seeing you guys tomorrow night here, I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas and a Merry Christmas and enjoys time with your family. Hope everybody and friends, and really appreciate everybody for being here. We'll still be live Sunday night again with Paul, Algo382, for the Elliott Wave Show, Riding the Waves with John and Paul. So be sure to check that out, and we'll also have our videos coming out tomorrow, and we'll probably do something special over the weekend too for the group. And also tomorrow, we're also going to be picking 20 people to join our group free for a month, thanks to some generous Secret Santas in our group too. So I'm going to tweet that out later. If you guys are new and want the opportunity to get in there, be sure to retweet that tweet. So hopefully you guys can join us there too. So good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for being here today. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Until then, stay healthy out there, and maybe your wrist first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you guys soon.